is a Thursday show right here on EKSE Live without a bit of fashion. This is one of my favorite segments, and I love me some clothes, okay? Today we are joined by Boitumelo David Simelane. He is a founder and creative director of fashion company Iron Son of Man Apparel. He will be speaking to us today about his fashion aims and how he plans to bring diversity in the fashion industry. And guys, I already have my favorite item. It's over here. Look at how cool I look. Ladies and gents, help me welcome Boitumelo in the building.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Now, what I want to find out is that obviously you started your brand in 2019.
Yes,
Talk to me about the growth from when you first decided, okay, I'm going to do fashion, and where you are right now.
Okay, so I won't say that I started doing fashion straight from the beginning. I was someone who's an academic. I came here in Cape Town in 2017 to study for my degree. And eventually, but I've been in love with fashion since I was young, because I was groomed by both parents. And eventually, when I was this side, that's when I took it more serious, because now, especially more in entrepreneurship. So I remember back in 2017, someone came to me and asked me, what would I like to start as an entrepreneur? But in my mind, nothing came to mind, because I was like, entrepreneur means business, and I'm more in the medical side. But then, when they spoke fashion, they spoke something which already I had fallen in love with it from a young age. And we started marketing in that category. From there, we grew up in terms of making fashion shows. That's where I started first. Eventually, I started my own brand, and here we are today.
And now here you are, literally at the biggest youth show in the motherland. You're doing something so right. I'm telling you that right now. And your stuff is really gorgeous. And then my next question is the fact that you say that you want to bring honor into fashion. What does that mean exactly?
Especially, I would say more as artists. Because a lot of people don't, when they look at fashion, they look at someone who's materialistic and all those kind of things. They don't look at fashion as art. Whereas art is a form of expression, and we believe that through our clothing also expressing ourselves. Because a lot of time, because we are Son of Men, more as we are us now, like I spoke about honor, is that a lot of the clothes that are designed and stuff are more inspired by the events that happen in life in general. So from the design collection that I took out in 2019, and from now on, like they were more integrated in terms of me experiencing certain events of life that has happened, especially with the shoe here. Like there's a lot of detail in it, but someone will look at it like, oh, no, it's a nice shoe, but there's so much expression that was put in terms of in the shoe. So by saying honest, like putting in terms of respect the craft more, because we are expressing ourselves. It might be in the form of clothing, but it's still an expression. And also we are also like putting a need in the fashion industry, saying that, because as you know, like shelter in terms of clothes and everything, it is speaking of basic need, but then we are in a more artistic way of expressing it.
I love that. And then obviously you're not only doing fashion, but you're also telling stories through your fashion.
Course, yes.
So why have you decided to go that route? Because someone could just be like, okay, let me just create nice clothes, that's also fine, but why are you also telling stories with your clothing?
Obviously, the expression is more on the name Iron Son of Man, because it is a name that explains a lot of me, a lot of things that I went through, and a lot of who I'm becoming. So, like for instance, the name Iron Son of Man. My name is Boitumelo, as you said, and Boitumelo means happiness. So, being Iron Son of Man, like the Iron Son of it, I felt like it was an advocate for Boitumelo, someone who was fighting for happiness all the time. And of man is the man I'm becoming as I grow up. So, like being inspiring myself, becoming a better man, that kind of thing. So, I would say that in terms of expression now is that, because there's a lot of things that have happened in life, and the thing is, we want, when you're wearing our clothes as Iron Son of Man, to wear something that you can identify yourself with. You see, because now we're telling stories of Africans, the whole world, on events that happened in the whole world. It's coming from slavery, coming from lockdown, COVID-19, and so forth. Like this shoe explains. So if you see underneath it,
let's talk about the details of the shoe.
Thank you. So if you look at the shoe underneath here, it's a golfer shoe, but then the spikes underneath, for me, it was more inspired by coronavirus. Well, yes, when we were under lockdown. So back then, because we were under lockdown, and it was me like affirming to the now that you are eventually going to be above the virus. So despite being underneath means that we are under lockdown, now we are above the lockdown.
Now we're above it. Okay.
Yes, sorry.
And then, Boitumelo, what can we expect from you in 2023? I know time flies so fast, so before I let you go, what can we look forward to in 2023 really quickly? And then give me your social media handles as well.
Of course, I would say we're looking more collaborations. As you can see, the shades here, this Sophie Moda is one of the brands that wanted to come into the spectrum of being with Iron Son of Man and collaborating more. We're talking of releasing more collections and having more events and launching magazines, because different things, because we tend to try to innovate all the time.
Yeah, and
so
then your handles, if maybe someone's interested in buying something, where can we get you?
On Instagram is Iron Son of Man. Apparel is at Iron Store, ZA. And another one is Iron Son of Man. You can get me also, my website is www.ironstore.command.site.
Okay, thank you so much, Boitumelo, for joining us. I think your comments are so amazing. The shoes, the shades, I definitely am feeling the shades. Right now, though, let's head over to the couch to find out what's happening with Lauren and